Pegs. Today we're going to talk about mechanical pegs, specifically the ones for the Guitarron. We've had a lot of people that purchase these from us and other people that are curious as to how they work, what the difference is with regular pegs, and how to avoid some mistakes and problems with the mechanical pegs. So stick around and you'll get to learn all about the different types of mechanical pegs. All of our pegs are actually made with ebony handles, so they are made of real wood. And we have two types of finishes. One of them is mother of pearl. They have a bluish, purplish, greenish, whitish tint that varies from peg to peg on the little inserts that we have. The other type is the abalone, the white abalone imitation inlay. That's more standard. It looks very pearly, very white, very elegant. So now, the most important thing, what's the difference between a mechanical peg and a regular peg? So a regular peg, ignore the threading. It would be a solid piece of wood made usually from ebony wood or granadillo. Granadillo is the dark red, brown, almost black sometimes wood that has a striped pattern. And the way that works is with friction. So you have your Guitarron headstock or Vihuela headstock. You have the hole. It should be done, the hole should be done with a cello reamer at an angle. You put it in and friction keeps your peg in place. So when you turn, you're working on friction. Most pegs are not actually machine made, they're handmade because that's a tradition. Most luthiers still make them by hand. So the angles aren't always correct. So you end up with parts where it's too thick at the bottom, too thin at the top, or vice versa. So it only makes contact in very few different places. So you don't get the best hold. Sometimes you're tuning your instrument, your Guitarron, and the peg completely releases and your string gets out of tune. Or you get the click, click, click that it's too much friction and the angles are too tight. Mechanical pegs work the exact same way as pegs. The only difference is that once it's inserted, the threading will keep it in place with the wood. And so this isn't gonna move, the center part's not gonna move, but you can turn and tune your instrument with two fingers. There is a small section right here. When you see a little tapering down right here, that means that is in the open position, which makes it move very smoothly, very easily. That's the open position. So a lot of times when people install them, they say, hey, the peg isn't holding. So what really needs to happen is you gotta just press down, and I don't know if you can see right there, that's open position, and boom. Press down, that's the lock position, which makes it move a lot slower and tighter. So that's for the fine tuning aspect of the peg. And at that point, it won't skip. When it's like this, the pressure of the string will pull it away, just like with a normal peg. But this locks it up. The way that they work, it's actually, you have a mechanism, you have a hollow shaft right here. And this is made, I think it's of steel. Then you have your insert area right here, the ebony paleta handle, which is the traditional Morales style of handle, which is incredibly comfortable to do. There are other ones that are more curved outwards, that when it's a traditional peg, it's very uncomfortable. But in this case, it doesn't really matter because you can tune with, just two fingers very smoothly. You have the mechanism. This part is plastic, so you got to make sure that they are installed properly. If you install them properly, they will last you a lifetime. If you install them incorrectly, backwards, or the wrong way, if you try to force it, this plastic can crack and break. And when that happens, it's because of installation problems. These can be installed by any luthier in a violin shop, but it's just with a regular cello reamer. That's what you would use for the holes. Most guitarrones have different size holes because the holes are made to fit the pegs, which are handmade, so they're not uniform. In most cases, you need to make the hole a little bit bigger. Now let me return back to the locking position. So that's how these pegs work. One of the things that you need to be very careful when installing the pegs, and that you need to make sure that your luthier double checks on this, is that the pegs, they actually have a right way. We have them for left side and right side. The threading is different. So if you put the peg the wrong way and you try to tune up, it will actually loosen up very easily, so it might not hold. You're gonna see that on some of them, if you're going from left to right, the threading goes down to the right, and in other ones, it goes up and to the right. But make sure that that is the first thing that you gotta double check. Personally, we don't put any glue on the pegs when we install them. Some luthiers, and it's actually recommended by the manufacturer to add glue to it just so it stays, but you gotta make sure that it's done by a luthier with a lot of experience with mechanical pegs. Or in our experience, it's not necessary as long as it's screwed on the right way and it's the peg that's going, the one for the left side of the Guitarron head, that it's going in the right way, and the one for the right side that it's also going the right way, and you won't have any issues. And after that would be making sure that your mechanism is not on the open position, that you actually have it in the closed position to make sure that your string doesn't loosen up. Like the video, click on the subscribe and click on the bell. If you liked it, share it with your friends. Do any of you guys have mechanical pegs? If so, leave a comment down below, and see you very soon.